Alright guys, we're back on this Deutz diesel today. I've got to get the head gaskets off of here and also the little gaskets, shims from underneath the cylinders out. But I've got to make sure that this tool is going to fit so that I don't have to pull the pistons out from the bottom. I'm hoping I can raise it up. Well, I can turn it, but raise it up and get it under to compress them, so put them jugs back on. If it don't have the clearance, it'll have to come out from the bottom so I can drop the pistons down into the sleeve. But I think they're going to raise up enough where I can compress them to get them back together. And I've got to clean this up where there was tape on it. Just get some lacquer thinner or something. I don't want to sand these because they have a tolerance to be met. And I got new head bolts, so I got to get this junk cleaned off of these so that I can get the new head bolts, get the old ones out and get the new ones in. So let's get some gloves on so I don't look like this the rest of the day, and we'll get these cleaned off, pulled out, and we'll pop these gaskets out. Make sure all these valve cover gaskets are out. Two. Three. And four. Okay. According to the way it's apart, it gets a little shield. And according to the way this thing comes apart, some of these have the little metal shield that goes on the block side. Alright, now let's pull the head gaskets out. Now let's do the hard stuff. Let's see if we can pull these off. See if they're going to go up enough to get that tool under them. Let's mark them first. Alright. So I got all them off. Then you want to make sure these rings are not lined up with one another, the gaps at the ends. So that one was the one that was the wettest. Come on. Come on. There's one. Look. Sticky. They're dirty, but not bad. Yeah. And we can start the fun process of the torquage. And I knew that last one was going to be a pain in the butt. Just because it's the last one. And there's not much room. Alright. Here we go. Battery for this thing. Okay, so here's what you got to do to torque these heads on this thing. You got to crisscross, applesauce, all that good stuff. They go 30 foot-pounds. 30 foot-pound, 30, 30. Then the next, you're just doing a 45 degree, 40, you do 45, 45, 45. That's supposed to be the torque setting. So you have to use one of these little dudes so you know how far you turned it. You don't want to over torque it, you don't want to under torque it. It's going to have to be, it's going to be a time consuming process. So probably the best thing is just to torque them all down to 30 foot-pounds and then we'll go from there. That'll go there. And then this has to let's see, where is 0? Alright, so there's 0. And then I'll put the ratchet on that and basically turn that till it comes around here to 45. And I gotta do that on all four, all the way around. I had a test before with her. They were saying it wasn't running. Alright, let's get these push rod tubes in. Alright, got all the push rod tubes in. And how I ended up doing that was with a homemade pair of spring compressors. Pretty crude, they're not lined up real good. This is something I just threw together in a couple of minutes. I didn't even finish welding that. I ran home and made them in the shop real quick because there was no way to compress that spring enough to get it down and shove it over. I mean, probably could have, but boy, if that son of a bitch snapped, it would have hurt like a you know what. So anyways, they're all in there. I'm going to drop the push rods back in and we're going to go back to torquing head bolts. And I don't mean foot-pounds, I'm talking degrees. So all 16 head bolts right now are torqued to 30 foot-pounds is where you start. Then you go 75 degrees, 75, 75, 75. Do that 3 times, and then you do 30 degrees on all 4 of them for the last torque, final torque, which this is going to be pretty dang time consuming, but it is what it is, and they'll be right. Okay, so everything looks good, but let's go ahead and blow through these, make sure they're completely clear. And this one. And clear. And clear. And clear. Alright, so all of them are done. We're set to 0. Let's get the big 45. This one since that piston. Okay, so I got everything back together. Put the new fuel pump on. We had a little issue a while ago. It's leaking around one of these fittings, and I'm still not 100% sure we got it fixed. I don't know if there's a crack in the housing or what. But anyways, we're about to try it again. We got the head gaskets in, head's torqued down, intake and exhaust is back on it. Everything's ready to rock and roll. So let's hit the glow plugs and fire it up. There you go, guys. All I got left to do now is put this cover back on and she's ready to rock and roll, ready to go put back on a job somewhere. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hopefully y'all learned something. I sure did. Torquing Deutz diesel air-cooled head bolts are a pain in the butt. Good thing it's only a 4-cylinder and not a 6 or even an 8 or 12. Anyways, guys, once you get it down, it's not so bad. It's just, it sounds like a pain when you think about how many cylinders and how many turns and how many angles. It's like, what in the world? But it is what it is. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you hadn't already, like and subscribe and leave me comments, whatever. It don't make a crap. We will catch y'all in the next one. Later.